My house is normal, and I will show it to you. My kitchen. Clutter. That's it. Clutter. No, I don't have maggots. These are all clean dishes. These are the dirty dishes. Those are all clutter, not filth. Clutter. 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 My daughter's room has toys in it. This is my youngest daughter's room. Clutter, I know, is another word for dirty. Please lay off.
Hey y'all, grab your snacks and settle in, because we're about to dive into a story so wild it makes a reality TV show look like a Sunday nap. The internet is absolutely buzzing, and the tea is piping hot. We're talking about Alexandra Sabol, aka TikTok's donut mom, who's just been exposed in a way that's got everyone's jaws hitting the floor. Allegedly, this situation has gone from quirky mom content to a straight-up nightmare, with rumors swirling about a house that's basically a health hazard, parenting choices that are raising major red flags, and a boyfriend who's allegedly making everything 10 times worse. Now, before we jump in, let me be super clear. Everything I'm about to share is based on rumors, allegations, and unverified whispers floating around the internet. I'm not here to state facts or play detective. This is gossip, folks, so let's treat it as such. But trust me, even as gossip, this is a lot to handle. From maggots on silverware to alleged bruises on her kids, we're peeling back the layers of this supposed disaster. Oh, and stick around until the end, because I've got a big update about what's being done about this mess. Ready? Let's spill the tea.
Alexandra Sabol says she's not the worst mom on Here There First. She should get a pass for being lazy and making her kids live in
Now,
filth.
I know I'm not the most liked person on here, but I'm damn sure not the worst mother up here. I cook almost every night. I clean when I can. No, my house isn't spotless, and it's never going to be, and I'm never going to pretend it is going to be. But it's not as bad as y'all make it out to.
Does she genuinely think this is what a kitchen should look like? Like, it's so bad they have generations of flies living there.
And boy, did I piss some of y'all off. My only regret was not posting the cleaning video on my main account so I could get paid.
Her only regret is not making money. Never mind her kids living in a filthy fly and maggots riddles house.
Dishes on my counter, guess what? I'm in the middle of cooking while I'm cleaning because I multitask. So sometimes there's dishes on the counter that are not dirty. They have food in them because I'm in the middle of cleaning while I'm making a meal. Now, I'm not going to say all of my dishes are dishes that I'm using right now. Obviously, some of them are dirty, but the ones on the stove are not dirty, so don't even come for me. Like, imagine comparing me to some of these bad mothers up here. And I'm not going to name names or hate on anyone because I'm not that type of person, but all three of my kids have a bedroom. All three of my kids have a bed.
How does she think the bare minimum is a brag? Doing better than a homeless family is not something to be proud of. You can see the counters are still stacked with nasty dishes that's been sitting in the same spot since last month.
For those of you who aren't deep in the TikTok rabbit hole, let's break down who Alexandra Sabol is. She's a TikTok influencer who's built her brand around being the relatable mom. You know the vibe. Videos of her juggling the chaos of parenting, feeding her kids donuts for breakfast, and leaning hard into that I'm a hot mess aesthetic. At first, it's all cute and quirky, a mom who's not afraid to show the unpolished side of raising kids. But the internet has a way of flipping the script, and allegedly, Alexandra's relatable persona is hiding something far more troubling.
There's a big difference between being type B and being a lazy parent and neglecting your kids. And some of you are doing that and calling yourselves type B. There's no excuse for your kids to be living in a literal filthy home. And that's not being type B, that's literally just being neglectful. And I'm a very type B person. Like, I wish I was type A so much, but I am not. I'm very type B. And then the comments on all of these neglectful parents are just like, oh, good job, you're doing great, mama, like, you're doing your best. And it's literally them, like, neglecting, borderline abusing their kids, and, like, where CPS easily could be getting involved right now. And you guys are all like, good job, you're doing great. Like, how do you guys not see a problem with this? I don't know. Is it just me?
The rumors say her house is a disaster zone. Her kids are in distress, and her boyfriend Taylor is allegedly stirring up drama like he's auditioning for a villain role. This isn't just about a mom who forgets to vacuum. This is about a situation that's reportedly putting her 3 kids in harm's way. Let's start with the house, because, honey, It's allegedly a mess of epic proportions. Picture this: a home so filthy, it could star in a post-apocalyptic movie. The rumors claim there's rabbit feces scattered across the floor like it's part of the interior design. Maggots crawling on forks. Yes, you heard me, maggots on silverware. And cockroaches throwing a full-on party in the bedroom. Allegedly, Alexandra posted a video of herself doing dishes, and when you slow it down, you can reportedly see those little critters wiggling all over her cutlery. I mean, Alex, are we washing dishes or hosting a bug convention? The gossip mill says her kitchen is a breeding ground for flies, with entire generations of them living rent-free in her house. And get this, she allegedly claims it's not that bad, that people are just being dramatic. Dramatic? Sweetie, if there's poop on your floor and bugs in your bed, that's not drama. That's a health code violation waiting to happen.
So there's this mom right here on TikTok named Alexandra Sabol, aka the Donut Lady, who is trying to force her kids to have the
Baymax build
exactly like her. I mean, this is just crazy, bruh. I wouldn't be surprised if she was doing that same shit that farmers do where they purposely fatten their animals so that they can eat them. She probably is gonna do that shit.
seeing her size.
Because on a consistent basis, as you can see right here, she is serving her kids pizza and donuts for breakfast. She doesn't give a fuck. And I can just tell that her main goal is to
Eat her kids.
because, bro, anytime they speak to her, she speaks to them like they are a literal animal, bro, with the most depressing voice that I've ever heard. And she labels herself as lazy mom. Bro, we can fucking tell. Look at her living room, dude.
We can tell that you're lazy as shit.
And she likes to say like, oh, it's her kid's fault for just throwing shit around. Nigga, you are their mother. It is your job to teach them to pick up after themselves. And at that, bro, she isn't even picking up after herself. Look at her fucking car. And you're wondering who your kids learned this from. And another thing, bro, why did you have one kid and thought, I can't take care of this motherfucker?
Let me have 4 more.
Like, you can't take care of them. Why do you keep having kids? And bro, she keeps trying to promote this infinity hoop weight loss product. Bro, that shit is not gonna make you lose weight. She pretty much just waddles in a circle and keeps promoting it for weight loss. Obviously, that shit is not working for you, bro. Just cut it out, my nigga.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, maybe she's just a little messy. Parenting is tough, right? Sure, we've all let dishes pile up or skipped a cleaning day, but this is allegedly on a whole other level. The rumors paint a picture of a house where the kids are walking barefoot through grime, stepping over rabbit droppings, and who knows what else. Allegedly, the floors haven't been mopped since, 23? And yet, Alexandra reportedly keeps posting these videos, showing off her clean house like it's something to brag about. Girl, if this is your clean, I'm terrified to see your dirty. The internet is whispering that her kids are constantly sick, and honestly, with a house allegedly full of filth, is that any surprise? It's like living in a petri dish, and not the fun kind where you make a volcano with baking soda and vinegar.
And then I made some cheddar broccoli rice. I won't even get this part. I did so many times. You probably have about 15,000 dead flies in your room, in a singular room with no dead body. Your kitchen Tupperware takes up your entire kitchen counter, even though you have a dishwasher, a very good functioning dishwasher and a good functioning sink. Your Tupperware looks dirty like you haven't washed it. There's poop litter all over your house. You have to do parkours to get to room because there's so much filth in your house. You're overfeeding your kids. But you know what? You know what she has time to do, y'all? She has time to make little hula hoop videos and make sure her nails are done. Regardless of if it is personal or not, you still took the time out of your day to make sure your nails are done. You took time today to make little hula hoop challenge videos that is absolutely nothing for your weight loss, and you know you're doing it wrong because people are telling you you're doing it wrong. You just choose to ignore them. That's what you have time for. You don't have time to make sure your kids are in a nice, clean environment and make sure they're eating healthy. And even if it is junk food, you feed them smaller portions because they're kids. You don't have the time to make sure your kids are in a nice, clean environment, and you don't want to clean your house up, for God's sake. But you have time to get the kids pizza every single week, every single day. Don't have kids you're not ready, y'all, please.
But let's not get stuck on the house, because as gross as that is, it's just the opening act. The real gut punch comes when we talk about the kids. According to the rumors, old photos have resurfaced showing Alexandra's children with bruises on their arms, stomachs, shoulders, you name it. Now, I'm not here to jump to conclusions, but these images have sparked some serious speculation online. People are whispering that these bruises might not be from typical kid stuff like falling off a slide or roughhousing with friends. And here's where things get darker. The rumors point fingers at Alexandra's boyfriend, Taylor. Yes, the same Taylor who's allegedly strutting around their house with a gun in his hand like he's the star of a low-budget action flick. We'll get to that mess in a minute, but for now, let's focus on the kids.
Alexandra Sabol says her friend's kitchen is just as bad as hers. Girl, nah. Stop lying to
Her
yourself.
kitchen looks just like mine, or even messier than mine is sometimes.
Who is she trying to convince? BC Hellu?
The difference is that when I post this stuff, I get hundreds of hate comments calling me lazy, disgusting, and a bad mom. All because my house isn't spotless. And I can't help but feel like it's because I'm fat. So frustrating watching people pick and choose who gets grace and sympathy, who's allowed to be relatable.
I know she's not being for real. This is Mari's kitchen. This is Mari's room. This is Alex's kitchen and living room.
The gossip mill is buzzing with some truly heartbreaking claims about Alexandra's son, Jace. Allegedly, he's so terrified of going to Taylor's house that he's expressed some really dark thoughts. Thoughts no child should ever have, just to avoid being around him. I'm not going to repeat the specifics because they're too heavy, but let's just say it's the kind of thing that makes your heart sink. This isn't a kid throwing a tantrum because he doesn't want to eat his veggies. This is allegedly a cry for help. And it's not just Jace. The rumors say Alexandra's daughter has said some things on a live video that raise major red flags about how she's being treated at home. Allegedly, she mentioned something along the lines of, "Mom hits me, but Dad hits harder." Again, this is all speculative, but if even a fraction of it is true, it's enough to make your blood boil. Taylor reportedly responded to these accusations online, calling it discipline and saying it's to make sure the kids grow up respectful.
So let me get this straight. I'm afraid to post videos of my house because I'm like, it's not like the newest thing. It's not like the most modern, like my baseboards need painted and whatever. And Alexandra Sabol's on here hooping with rabbit shit in her floor. And I know she makes money from TikTok, so why are you not paying a cleaner? Like, if you're not gonna clean it, why are you not paying a cleaner to come clean it? How are you sitting there with a straight face, hooping like this, and there's a rabbit just walking around shitting all over your house? I feel like I do a very, little videos of oh, hey, this is my house, blah blah blah. I grew up in a house like that. It was super messy, and now I have anxiety and I don't feel like I can leave my house unless it's clean. I'm always worried about what people are thinking about my house, and that's what you're doing to your children, Miss Sabol. That's what you're doing to your children. Pizza is okay every once in a while. Not 50 times like all them boxes you had stacked behind you. I try not to mom shame. I don't ever want to tell anyone how to parent, but there's a right and there's a wrong, and wrong is wrong. And your kids should not be walking around in a house full of rabbit shit. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Between her and the Resilient Jenkins lady, I just can't keep up. I don't know who's worse. And I don't want to see not one comment talking about, oh, Alex's kids are fed. They're in a house full of rabbit feces. Next try. Thank you. Come in.
Respectful? Sir, leaving bruises on a child isn't discipline, it's abuse. Period. And if these rumors are even remotely accurate, it's no wonder people are demanding answers. Let's dive into Taylor's alleged gun-toting antics, because this part is wild. The rumors claim he was caught on camera strolling through the house with a firearm in hand, casual as if he's carrying a coffee mug. When people called him out, he reportedly commented that he keeps multiple guns around the house, but insists they're out of reach from the kids. Out of reach? In a house where maggots are allegedly chilling on the silverware? Excuse me while I side-eye that claim. The gossip suggests that if Alexandra and Taylor can't even keep their floors clean, there's no way they're responsibly securing weapons. I mean, if your house is allegedly a health hazard, am I supposed to believe you're locking up your guns in a safe like a responsible adult? The internet is not buying it, and neither am I. Allegedly, Taylor justified this by saying they've had break-ins. But here's the tea. If your house is such a mess that it's a breeding ground for pests, maybe focus on cleaning that up before you start playing cowboy. And if you thought that was bad, hold on to your hats, because it gets worse. Allegedly, one of Alexandra's kids, a toddler, was found wandering the neighborhood alone at night. Yes, a tiny child out in the dark with no adult in sight. Thank goodness a neighbor spotted the kid and posted about it online, alerting the community. But instead of being grateful, Alexandra and Taylor allegedly slid into this person's DMs, begging them to take the post down and even throwing in some threats for good measure. Threats to someone who saved your child. The audacity is giving me whiplash. The rumors say Alexandra was all, "Oh, thank you for finding my baby," in public. But behind closed doors, she was allegedly desperate to keep this incident under wraps. Why? Because it's yet another red flag that her kids aren't being properly supervised. If your toddler is out wandering the streets alone, that's not just a bad day. That's neglect, plain and simple. But wait, there's more. This next rumor is so wild, I had to double-check my notes to make sure I wasn't dreaming. Allegedly, Alexandra admitted in a voice message to a former friend that she and two other partners were, getting frisky in the bedroom while Taylor was outside the door, engaging in some, let's call it, solo activities. The kids, allegedly in their bedrooms, just down the hall. Alexandra reportedly claimed they were asleep, so it was fine. Asleep? At 11 p.m. or midnight. Honey, kids wake up, they wander, they hear things, and if these allegations are true, this is beyond inappropriate. It's reckless. The internet is losing its collective mind over this one, and I can't blame them. The idea of adults engaging in that kind of behavior with kids in the house, in such close proximity, is enough to make anyone's skin crawl. Allegedly, Taylor wasn't even interested in joining the fun. He just stood there. I'm sorry, what? I need a moment to process this.
Now, I know y'all have seen that mom with maggots in her house and her kids are just living there in that filth. She is letting her kids live in pure squalor. Yeah, this is not just some phase for views and stuff. This is actually how they live. At what point as a society have we decided it's okay to profit off of children neglect? If this lady didn't have a platform, didn't have people viewing her, telling her she's doing an amazing job when she's not, she would not be posting this content. She would probably continue to clean up her life, but she's making money from it, and these kids are living in neglect because of it. Her kids live on a diet of frozen DiGiorno pizza, not even the good stuff. When you search this woman up, like you will literally see piles and piles of pizza boxes, trash on the floor, maggots on her dishes, and children are living there. I find it alarming that CPS isn't involved, that nobody's called. Seriously, this is actually insane. I just don't understand how people aren't more mad about this. Y'all need to seriously, get mad at things that actually need to be mad about. These are children that are living in neglect because people are watching them basically suffer and her monetize on profiting. I'm not claiming I'm perfect, but also I would never let my kids live that way. I'm just saying.
Now, let's talk about Alexandra's whole donut mom persona because it's at the heart of this mess. She's built her brand around being the bad mom who's just keeping it real, feeding her kids sugary snacks, laughing off the chaos, and embracing the mess. But the rumors suggest this isn't some ironic, self-aware shtick. Allegedly, she's leaning into this image to deflect criticism like, "Oh, I'm just a messy mom, no big deal." But when your house is allegedly a health hazard, your kids are reportedly covered in bruises, and your toddler is wandering the streets, that's not relatable chaos. That's a crisis. The internet is whispering that she's more concerned with her TikTok clout than her kids' well-being, and the allegations paint a pretty damning picture. She's reportedly out here promoting random products and getting her nails done while her house falls apart and her kids suffer. Priorities much? Let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture here. Social media has a way of turning regular people into mini celebrities, and Alexandra is a textbook example. She's not the first influencer to face backlash, and she won't be the last. But what sets this case apart is the severity of the allegations. We're not talking about a shady brand deal or a cringy dance video. This is about kids living in what's allegedly an unsafe environment. The internet loves to put people on a pedestal and then tear them down, but this isn't just about dragging Alexandra for clout. It's about holding her accountable for what's reportedly happening in her home. And let's not forget Taylor, who's allegedly enabling this whole mess. The gossip suggests he's not just complicit, he's actively making things worse with his so-called discipline and reckless behavior. Together, they're allegedly creating a toxic environment that's anything but relatable. So, who's spilling all this tea?
Some of y'all's moms didn't whoop your ass for being mean to other kids when you were little, and it's starting to show. I'm so incredibly sick of all of these mean girls on TikTok who do nothing but spend all of their time researching creators that they supposedly hate or think that they are better than, only to post content riding on the tails of those creators. Newsflash, but having a clean house does not make you superior to another human being. They might have a filthy house, but you have a filthy heart, and you should really be ashamed of that. And as a mom, if I were to get on TikTok and I saw that my daughter had hundreds of thousands or 60,000 or 50,000 followers, and all she talked about was other people dragging them constantly, if I found out that that was my daughter that was doing that, I would take her ass outside, because we don't put up with bullying in my house. In fact, one of my sons a couple of years ago was caught bullying a boy on the bus for his shoes, as my son is sitting there wearing Jordans. And you want to know how I handled that? My son spent the entire weekend picking up rocks so that he could earn enough money to go buy that little boy his own pair of Jordans, and he surrendered his Jordans to me and went to school the next day in Walmart shoes. Does it bother you that their house is filthy and they're still more relevant than you are, but your house is spotless and you can't seem to get as many followers or views as them? I'm a girl's girl and I'm the bully's bully, and I'm so sick and tired of seeing all of this negativity, constantly bashing people on the internet about their filthy house, because guess what? My house used to look like that. But guess what else? It doesn't anymore. And does that change who I am as a person? Absolutely not. So get off your high horse and your self-righteous, pretentious ass and start being nice to people. In fact, if I were your mother, you would be using all of your funds that you are getting off of the videos, trashing these people on TikTok, to help buy them a new house. And you would give up yours. Go pick out a switch in the backyard while you're at it.
According to the rumors, a former friend of Alexandra's, going by the handle Resilient Wrinkles Jenkins, has been dropping bombshell after bombshell. Allegedly, they've shared screenshots, voice messages, and videos that expose the extent of this alleged neglect. From the filthy house to the bruises to the gun situation, this person is reportedly laying it all bare. And let me tell you, the internet is eating it up. People are furious, and they're not just talking, they're calling for action. This isn't just about gossip anymore, it's about making sure those kids are safe. Jace and his sisters deserve a home where they're not stepping over poop or living in fear of discipline that leaves marks. If even a fraction of these allegations are true, it's a wake-up call for everyone involved. Now, here's where things get real. The rumors say someone has already taken this beyond the internet and straight to the authorities.
And apparently my own friends are making videos about me, using my video to prove a point.
I cannot believe you flipped this back on me. You say I used your video to make a point, but I was just telling my truth. And everybody took the whole point of that video and flipped it to being about you, and it wasn't even about you. I was just comparing how we are treated differently. For years, I have been torn apart online for having a messy house. I've cried and I've apologized and I've tried to keep my house up, and it's never good enough for anyone. I have explained myself over and over again, my struggles. And then you post the same kind of video and you get nothing but sympathy, and that's the point that I was trying to make, is that we all have struggles, but my struggles don't matter to people, but your struggles do. And I wasn't trying to throw you under the bus. I was trying to show people how the double standard is. And now you're painting me as the bad guy for speaking up and defending myself. It hurts, Mary. I'm hurt because I thought we were friends, and I didn't expect you to clap back at me like that when I was not even talking about you specifically. I didn't say anything bad about you in my video. I was only comparing the comment sections. And especially when you know exactly what I've been going through and what I deal with on a day-to-day basis, you should know better than to think I would ever throw you under the bus.
Allegedly, a concerned individual called the non-emergency line to report Alexandra and request a welfare check on her kids. The story goes that they provided all the details, the state of the house, the alleged bruises, the guns, the toddler incident, everything. They even sent over videos and screenshots to back it up. Now, I can't confirm if this call actually happened, but the gossip mill is buzzing that the authorities have been notified and might be looking into it. If true, this could be a turning point. Unlike some online drama where it's just screenshots and speculation, the alleged evidence here is tangible. A filthy house, visible bruises, and a toddler wandering alone. That's the kind of stuff that could spark a serious investigation.
She has the money to have a clean house, give her kids nutritious food.
I am disgusted by her decisions as a parent. Let me make this real clear. I empathize with people who have mental health issues, such as depression or physical disability, and have difficulty cleaning their home and maintaining regular upkeep. The average person does not have the resources to hire help for those things, even when they're struggling. But what she's doing, what she is showing and portraying about her family on the internet is not that. She said that she makes enough money on TikTok to have bought a house and makes a decent, steady stream of income. So she has the funds to pay for a housekeeper, to pay for a cleaning service, to pay for like a garbage disposal service to come in and take care of things for her. And then regular housekeeping visits, even if it was once a week or bi-weekly, to stay on top of things. Her home does not have to be spotless.
But let's talk about why this matters. Why are we spending so much time dissecting some TikTok mom's messy life? Because y'all, this isn't just gossip for gossip's sake. If these allegations are true, there are kids involved. Innocent kids who don't have a voice to speak up for themselves. The internet is buzzing with concern for Jace, his sisters, and their overall safety. When you've got a mom who's allegedly more focused on her TikTok aesthetic than keeping her kids safe, and a boyfriend who's reportedly waving guns around and disciplining kids with bruises, that's not just a scandal, it's a tragedy waiting to happen. The rumors suggest that Alexandra's negligence is creating an environment where her kids are at risk, and that's not something we can just scroll past. Let's take a moment to reflect on the role of social media in all this. Platforms like TikTok have given us a front row seat to people's lives, but they've also created this weird dynamic where influencers feel pressured to overshare.
In fact, she's got 3 kids. It's probably never gonna be. That's not something that we should expect, but we should be ensuring that they are in a clean and hygienic environment, and she is not providing that. To have so many bugs and maggots in the home and unsafe items within the children's reach, for it to be so cluttered that there is barely space for the kids to be kids. And she is a stay-at-home mother. She is home. Not only is she living in this all day, every day, but so are her kids. She has a following. She could reach out to other creators who offer free cleanings, who offer help with organizing and cleaning and decluttering home spaces. She can make it a series on her channel and monetize it. But instead, she would rather post videos of the horrible conditions, the deplorable conditions that her and her children are living in, and sees no issue with it. We are not seeing that they are being fed fully hygienic meals.
Alexandra's bad mom persona might have started as a way to connect with her audience, but it's allegedly morphed into something much darker. By posting about her messy house and chaotic life, she's invited scrutiny, and now the internet is holding her feet to the fire. But here's the thing, it's not just about dragging her for clout. The focus should be on the kids. If the rumors are true, they're the ones paying the price for her online antics, and that's where the real tragedy lies. Not in the views or the likes, but in the impact on those little ones. So, what happens next? If the rumors about the authorities getting involved are true, we might see some real consequences. A welfare check could lead to an investigation, and if the allegations hold up, Alexandra and Taylor could be facing some serious scrutiny. But even if the authorities don't step in, the court of public opinion is already delivering its verdict. From TikTok to X, users are allegedly flooding Alexandra's comments with questions, calling her out and demanding answers. And honestly, can you blame them?
That they have space to be kids, that they have their own designated spaces, that they are in a safe, hygienic environment. We're not seeing that. We are seeing the opposite of that. And she is monetizing off of it. She sees the comments of people encouraging her to get help and offering ideas for resources. And she has the resources. Like I said, she has the means to do better. She's just not. And I don't know if it's just rage bait, if it's just pure carelessness, but her kids, they deserve better than that. And I am disgusted at how proudly she shares such conditions and how she is in some twisted way attempting to normalize it instead of change, instead of doing better. Anyways, it's gross. She's gross. That's disgusting. Her children also should not be featured in videos. All around, it's nasty. And anyone who is excusing her behavior, think if it was your kids. If it was kids that you love, would you want to live in those conditions? Would you want your family, your children, your pets to live in those conditions? Probably not. Nasty.
When you're posting videos of your messy mom life while your kids are allegedly living in squalor, you're inviting that kind of backlash. The internet is ruthless, and people are not letting this slide. But let's keep it real. Piling on Alexandra isn't the goal here. The focus is the kids. If even a fraction of these allegations are true, they deserve better. They deserve a clean, safe home. They deserve to feel secure, not scared. And they deserve adults who prioritize their well-being over TikTok views. The rumors suggest that Resilient Wrinkles Jenkins is trying to shine a light on this for that exact reason, to protect those kids. And whether you believe every word of the gossip or not, you can't deny that the situation sounds dire.
This may or may not be a hot take, and if you don't agree, I simply don't care, but just because you have kids does not mean your house needs to be filth all the time. I'm mainly talking about that Alexandra Sabol girl on TikTok. She claims she is lazy and tired every single day, but she's not lazy enough to get her nails done every week. Also, she made a video of her cleaning her kitchen, and in the video you can see multiple flies flying around in her kitchen. It's disgusting. And if you zoom in on the forks, you can see like maggots crawling on the forks. Absolutely disgusting. And what's even more disturbing is that her fans are supporting her, and they're like, oh no, it's like water droplets. I hate to break it to you guys, but water droplets don't go up, okay? So those are bugs or something crawling on the forks. That's disgusting.
It's a reminder that behind every viral video, there's a real life, one that might not be as picture perfect as it seems. As viewers, what can we do? It's easy to get sucked into the drama, to share the videos and add our own spicy commentary. But if you're as disturbed by these allegations as I am, maybe it's time to think about the bigger picture. If you see something online that raises red flags about a child's safety, don't just scroll past. Maybe it's worth a call to the authorities, even if it's just to report what you've heard. The rumors say someone already did that with Alexandra, and if true, that's a step in the right direction. We can't fix everything, but we can amplify the voices of those who need it most.
And to top it all off, her husband, boyfriend, whatever, don't care, he was seen walking around the house with a pew-pew. There's no reason for you to have that out around kids. And let's not forget, she owns rabbits or bunnies, whatever. And in the videos, you can see that they poop on the floor. That is disgusting. And I don't know when she got her pets, but if she clearly cannot take care of her kids, I don't understand why she would buy pets. So she made a house tour, and she was like, because we say that her house is dirty all the time, she did a house tour, and she was like, it's clean, it's just clutter everywhere. Okay, clutter is different. Clutter is not a mess. Every single corner you turn at her house, there's clutter. That doesn't make sense. Your house is still a mess. There's literally like no way to walk. And side note, I'm not saying just because you have kids, your house can't be messy. Like, I understand once in a while, obviously it's gonna get messy, you know, you get tired and stuff. But for Alexandra, it is totally different. It's every single day for months, and it's disgusting, and people still support her.
Like Jace and his sisters. Let's talk about the power of community in situations like this. The internet isn't just a place for memes and dance challenges. It's a platform where people can come together to demand change. The rumors about Alexandra didn't gain traction because of one person. They spread because a community of concerned viewers decided to speak up. Whether it's through comments, shares, or reporting to the authorities, that collective action can make a difference. And in this case, it's allegedly leading to real-world consequences. So let's keep that energy. Let's keep shining a light on stories that matter, especially when kids are involved.
Mommy, can I have some stick? Please?
No, you already ate. I'm gonna really hope that this is rage bait to get yourself some clout. I'm gonna really hope. But what I know isn't rage bait is the state of that kitchen, baby. Because in every video, her kitchen is a full wreck. Full wreck. How do you even prepare food in that and feel safe or comfortable? I get going a couple of days without doing dishes maybe, because everybody does it at some point or another. It is what it is. But caked food on your stove, countertops, and whatnot for days on end is kind of fucking gross. Like, do y'all know how much bacteria grows from that ish? Also, wasn't it you recently who just spent $900 at Barnes & Noble but then got on the internet to cry about how you didn't have a stove? I see we got one now, though. That's great. I'm glad. And I'm not even mad that you got Wendy's for your family on low income. Not mad. Don't care. But if you can't afford it for all your babies, go to the grocery store and cook, because you know groceries are cheaper than eating out all the damn time. I really, 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 really hope this is fake, babes.
Now, I could go on all day about the ins and outs of this drama, but let's bring it home. The Alexandra Sabol Donut Mom saga is a wild ride, from the alleged filth in her house to the heartbreaking claims about her kids. It's a story that's equal parts infuriating and heartbreaking, and it's a stark reminder of the responsibility that comes with being an influencer. Alexandra might have started out wanting to be relatable, but the rumors suggest she's crossed a line into negligence. And with Taylor allegedly enabling this mess, the situation is looking bleaker by the minute. But there's hope. Hope that the authorities will step in, hope that the kids will get the safety they deserve, and hope that this story will serve as a wake-up call for anyone using their kids for clout. So, there you have it, y'all. The full, messy, jaw-dropping saga of Alexandra Sabol, the Donut Mom. From maggots to bruises to a toddler in the street, this story has more red flags than a bullfight. And while I've tried to keep it light with a sprinkle of humor, the truth is, this is heavy stuff. Those kids deserve better, and I hope the rumors about the authorities stepping in are true. As always, take everything I've said with a grain of salt. This is all alleged, based on whispers and screenshots floating around the internet. But if you want to dive deeper, check out Resilient Wrinkles Jenkins' TikTok for more of the alleged receipts.
Get off the internet. Stop using your children to rage bait people before CPS gets involved. Y'all are so dumb. Have y'all not seen how this went for literally every other woman who was doing that? Every single time CPS got involved. The difference between you and everybody else is CPS was able to go to their houses, look around and go, oh, this is obviously fake. They're just doing this for the clout. Your house might be a little bit more questionable though. Get that bum out your house. Boo!
I'll leave their link in the description. What do you think about all this? Are you shocked, or did you see this coming? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep this conversation going. And if you're as fired up about this as I am, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next update. Until then, stay curious, stay kind, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, y'all.